Hi guys, in this little clip we're going to look at some recall exercises, okay? So getting the dog to respond to us, making sure that if we're going out and we're letting off that leash, we have got that management process where we've done plenty of exercises, we've proved the behaviour, we've worked with our dog, and we've really banked up some good memories that when we do use their recall word, they just stop what they're doing and they come flying to us because they know it's the most rewarding thing. They're going to get a yummy treat, or they're going to get a big cuddle, they're going to get some kind of reinforcer that works for them, making you the most valuable thing in that environment. So why does recall go wrong? There's lots of different reasons, but some of the reasons are your word's been poisoned. So at some point you called your dog, and you might have called them 5, 6, 7 times, but they've been too busy in the bush sniffing, or they've been greeting another dog, and they're just not interested in what you're asking them because they're too overexcited, or it's too more motivation for them going over there than it is coming to you. So you need to make yourself the most motivating thing for the dog. They want to come to you when you ask them. So how do we do that? How do we get that engagement with the dog, that the dog wants to work with us? We're their world really, and when we go outside, they're not so, they like taking in the environment, they like sniffing, they like having that connection on a walk and doing those types of things. But equally, they are checking in with you, they are making sure that if you do call them, they respond. We play little games, okay? We make it fun with the dog, we make it that they have that behaviour on a cue where it's marked. So the minute they choose, they give that decision to look towards you and turn towards you, you click or you say yes and you mark that, and you give them some really high value treats to start with. So always give higher value treats and faster rated reinforcement to start with, and then you can reduce that down as the dog becomes a little bit more experienced with the games. So the first game that we're going to play is just a throw out game. It's something you can do indoors and then take it out. So as I say, another reason why it goes wrong is that you spend 5 minutes doing a little bit of recall in the house and then you take it to like the park. Way too fast with your criteria. You're moving up the ladder way too quickly. We want to proof this in the lounge first, perhaps the kitchen next, then take it to the back garden on a long line, and then take it to the front garden, and then start taking it out and about. But we want to proof the behaviour, and then when we get to a new environment, we always start at the basics first and work our way up. So we reteach the exercise from the start. So the first game is a throw out game. I'm going to take a little piece of food and I'm going to throw it away from us to get Minnie to go away. Yes, the minute she chooses to come back to me, yay, I'm going to give her some food. I tend to put it right between my legs because I want that close contact. I want her to learn when she comes back to me. I'm going to chuck another piece away to get her to go away. So we just keep repeating this part of the game. The minute she chooses to come back, yes, good girl, and put some food on the floor and give it to her. Exactly the same again, throw the piece of food out, get her to go away. Yes, good girl. Notice I'm not asking her with her recall word to come to me at this stage. I don't name it until she's offering it 100%. Then once she's doing it in here, we start taking it to different environments. So at the moment, this is just a fun game of her responding to yes, good girl, body language and the food where it's coming from. So really proofing that environment. One more. Wait for her to come back. Yes, good girl. And marking that decision. And you can start making it fun. So you can start throwing it. So like she just did, went through my legs. That was really good. Give a little extra treat there for doing that. That was really fun. Another nice little recall game that you can play is a scatter recall. So we can drop a few pieces of food on the floor and then we can run over to another little area. Once they come, drop another little piece of food on the floor. Yes, and mark their decision to run with us. Go across. Yes, good girl, and mark their decision. So we can keep running backwards and forwards and marking their decision each time. Yes, good girl, to come with us and follow us effectively. So she's just eating the food, wait for her to finish. Yes, good girl, she come back towards me. So she gets the food. That minute she chooses to leave or walk away from what she's doing and come my direction, she gets the marker and then she knows the food or the treat's going to follow, okay? So some other little fun games that you can play. I'll just let her have a little bit of food while I'm talking to you. Just give her something to do, bless her. Another couple of little fun games you can play, incorporating the scatter recall. Is a blind recall. So we can drop the food on the floor, especially in the house, we can really have some fun. Drop the food on the floor and then run to another room. While your dog's eating the food, you go and hide in another room and then wait for them to come and find you. Really good for nose work as well because they'll try and track you out. So as soon as they find you, big well done, praise, drop some more food on the floor, run to another room, go and hide again. And then we can take that into the garden, where you can start hiding behind, I know, your shed, or you can start hiding behind, good girl, you can start hiding behind trees, you can start building it up where you really kind of create a little bit of a desire and intensity for them to find you. So it's really nice for them to have that interaction engagement, but it's also nice for them to really want to have some drive to actually come back to you when you ask for it.